All right, you guys. I am oh, there's people right here. Hi. I'm like trying to do this as usual here. Ridiculous, this thing. It is so ridiculous. Look, it's moving. Hi, you guys. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay. It got all tweaked yesterday. Let me just tweak it back. Let me tweak it around. There, we're tweaking it. Not to be confused with tweakers and meth heads. We're just tweaking the camera thing. How is everybody? Hi, you guys. Oh my God. I haven't said that in a while. Stella. I'm trying, you guys. Okay, so, oh my God, so many great people that I haven't even thanked for the beautiful birthday gifts and everything, but I've got to show you this. All right, I have to look and see where is this card? Oh my God. This came, look at it. This is a beautiful card. I have so many over here from you guys. Artwork cards, fuck you cards, which are so awesome. Fuck you socks I got. I love that. This is from Leanne. I wanted you guys to see it. Leanne in Australia, can you imagine? Look at this. So she sent me this beautiful locket. Look at this beautiful locket. And she sent me 2 different chains because God knows I may wear 20 different chains, but she sent me this beautiful chain here to put it on. I mean, it's just beautiful. Look at that. Thank you so much for that. Oh my God. I just got it. I probably got it 2 days ago, but I threw everything in the back of my car because, so I did that. That was from Leanne along with this beautiful card for everybody. Just really beautiful. And many of your cards, so many of you. If I forget anybody, it is not my intention. I have gotten bracelets. I've gotten several. I brought out this one. This one also came in. I haven't even unpacked this. Let me find the package. I have no idea who sent this. They didn't leave a card in it. You didn't leave a card. This is from Designs by Cara Marie. South Dakota, it looks like the package. You know, if you packaged it in pink, which is good. Look at this. This is also another little bracelet for Keithy with his name on it. Look, I don't know if you can see it. I haven't even taken it out of here because I jumped on here quick. Let me take it out. See, it's got Keithy's little name, his little gemstone. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Little angel wings. Look, little Keithy right there. Isn't that pretty? So I got that one, and forgive me for not knowing who sent this. I don't seem to see a card. If I'm mistaken, tell me who you are and I will thank you. I also received this, and this might be 2 other people's. This was about a week ago. I received another bracelet, but this one I believe is my birthday one because it has the green and my initial and the sun on it. So this one, and I wish to freaking God I knew who sent this. I know that Vicky sent me the angel. This is from Vicky, the Protect Me angel right here. Look at how beautiful. I know, I've got them all here. I don't know how I'm gonna wear them all, but I'm gonna wear them all because I love to wear a lot anyway. So we will be doing that. And whoever sent me the bracelet, I believe sent me this, or maybe Vicky did, this little card. So you know who it is. I have the packages over there, and of course they're over there. Then I got confused. Who sent what? So I'm acknowledging this birthday one. Thank you so much. Look, it has a little S and it has the green, oops. So darling, like really, really sweet. And then it goes with this one, look. So I could wear them both, one for me and one for Keithy, which we'll do that right now. They're all on, see? So sweet. And then my angel, he's right here, or she, it's a she. Looks like the angel's got opal in her. That's what she looks like, opal or moonstone. This is what I'm thinking. And that's from Vicky B, I believe, only because the little Protect Me angel card is right here. So that's how I remembered that. And then we have this, and I wanted to thank you guys. I know people are so very nice. This is from another Vicky. I cannot pronounce the last name. Anyway, I'm going to show you just the envelope. She mailed something to help with Keith's service. She mailed something, which she's from, I have no idea. I see Hager Beach or something, and I have no idea where that is. Anyway, it's Vicky, and her last name's R. So I wanted to thank her so much for that. She put a check in here and mailed it. How sweet is that? She did that for Keithy's service or for us or whatever. We are going to put it to Keithy's service. So actually the rest of the stuff that we're doing. So I wanted to thank you guys for that because, oh my God, sometimes I get so overwhelmed. I'm like, I forget what I'm doing. So that's it. But I never forget to eat. That's the funny thing. I know, right? Hola, everybody. No, everybody's so wonderful. I've gotten so many things. Oh, and I was talking to Stacy today, and I said I would show her card on here. Okay, so this was one of her cards. Okay, so it says brace yourself. Hug incoming. Look at the cat, you guys. Whee! I said I was going to show that. That was like a great, that's from Stacy. She gave me a serious card too, but that was the fun card. Because we had Keithy's passing and my birthday. So she got one for each, and I basically told her no more baby bundt cakes because she got me a whole bunch of baby bundt cakes. And you know what happens when I eat cake? A whole bunch of little cakes that I don't want to share with anybody. I hide and I eat all the little baby bundt cakes by myself. And then I deny that I ate them. I know, dogs rule. Dogs are cute too, but she sent a cat because she knows Tulip. So I'm trying to cross my legs. She knows Tulip. All right, so I'm going to do an update before I blather on about other things. Yeah, well, today we had our meeting. I met, if anybody has information, the officer's name is Officer Tater Tots too. That's not his name. Officer Tater Tot, his name is Officer Reyes. He's very nice. It's an ongoing investigation still, so that is really good. I know. Oh my God, bundt cakes. I can't go near bundt cakes. It's going to be the death of me, like death by bundt cake. Bundt cake, especially with icing on them. Oh my God, I can't. I cannot do it. But anyway, we went to meet with the police today, and they do have a witness that was right behind Keithy on the road, and Keithy did veer over to the right. He was not in the right lane. They're not telling us. I know Officer Tater Tots, it's not his name. I just saw Tater Tots and it came out of my mouth. Anyway, there was a witness driving behind Keithy. So we have that, and there's some tape and some footage, but they're doing an ongoing investigation. So ongoing investigation means they're going to continue to keep looking for tape, that kind of thing. But you know, I've got to give them a little while to do what they're doing. They're still trying to get, like, it's weird because you go to the gas station to get gas station footage, and maybe the owner says no, and so like that's what's been happening. And it's like, why wouldn't you give the tape up? Like, what are you doing at the pumps that you can't show to the road? But some people are not cooperative, which is interesting. And yeah, it's very interesting. There was somebody directly behind Keith, and they do have that person's name, and they have to go back and re-communicate with him. This is what I know for right now. They've been by the bike shop. They've done all of that. I'm just going to keep quiet till we know what goes, for that part. And then I also wanted to thank, I just listened to the message. It's not confirmed, but it looks like he was in the middle to left lane. So coming down that road, he was definitely not in the right lane. And so, which I knew he wouldn't be, because we have told him not to be in that lane. Like, he knew not to be in the right lane. His father told him every 5 seconds. And besides, when you take motorcycle class and you take a course and you do that, you're told not to be in the right, like, not to be in the right lane. It's just common sense. I personally have always driven my car. I know the right lane's a slow lane. I'm not talking about on the freeway, but on my street, going up that fucked up street in the morning, 7 in the morning, I would see little kids riding their skateboards straight down like Sunland in the middle. And I would see these crazy ass, 20 something boys in their cars, literally going towards oncoming traffic in the morning down that hill. So you have traffic going both ways, and they would ride the middle divider. And I am so shocked nobody's been killed riding there. Yeah, black mailbox guy. He's known as biker guy. I doubt he may not have seen, he may have only seen, if he saw what he says he saw, he may have only seen like after Keith moved right, and therefore he would have showed up on him like on the right side. But why was he over there? That's why the footage before is good to have, and the witness who was behind Keith, right? Yeah, no, he didn't even step forward for that. I don't think. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, biker guy, that's what I call him. I'm like a biker guy. Biker guy. Anyway, yeah, I mean, he probably, if what he says is at all remotely even close to it, and keep in mind, people's perceptions in accidents, right? Perceptions of anything in any kind of situation can change. Like you can have three people that see three different things, because I've heard it this way anyway, right? So, yeah, it is very strange. So, yeah. Anyway, that was kind of weird, but you know, it doesn't matter. If you have somebody that was driving behind Keith, I guess I'm going to listen to that witness and look at camera footage and take into consideration biker guy and everything. So they're doing that, but the officer was very nice. They literally took an hour to talk to us. Yes, they work for the public, but not all of them have the same demeanor, because as I explained, the first officer had his approach. This officer is different. So you got to take them as they come, you know, and I, again, am saying out loud, I'm so freaking grateful to Stacy. So grateful to Stacy, because Stacy is a longtime homicide detective, friend of the family, and stepped forward, didn't have to, actually, didn't ask her to, did on her own, stepped forward and, you know, has been helping. So I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Yes, I have tons of pictures of Tulip. Tulip is my kitty. She's hiding now. She hides at the couch so she can see who comes in the front door, which is really cute. But anyway, I'm so grateful. So if Stacy's watching this, I doubt she is, because there's so much shenanigans going on, but I am so grateful to her, because until you have it happen to yourself, you don't realize certain things are like, I just can't even, thank you for that. Thank you. I honestly just can't imagine, like, if your kid was kidnapped off the street or, you know, disappeared and you never saw them ever again. I'm just like, wow, what would that be, right? Like, what the heck would that be? I can't even imagine. So this world is Jupiter and Sag in the psychotic. Animals are like people. You can have psycho animals and you can have non. Okay, I'll check. I left you a video. Okay, super. Everybody's leaving me stuff, so I try to get over there. But to look at it, quite frankly, I had clients today, and after my clients, I fell asleep. You know, I fell asleep a lot after the clients, and yeah, so that was something. That was something else. Let me look here. Somebody just asked. First, let's show a picture of Tulip. Oops. I'm looking down again. I do that. Let's show a picture of little Tulip. Well, yeah. Anyway, that's Tulip. There's Tulip in the little picture. That's a little picture of Tulip. She was Keith's baby. Yeah, Tulip's a good kitty. So she's real cute. And of course, we have baby Jack. How can we not love baby Jack? Look at him. Look at that face. He's like, feed me cookies. That's what baby Jack wants, is cookies. That's all baby Jack wants. Let me see if I have another video. Oh, I have a picture of Tulip there she is at the vet. We were just getting her nails clipped. She was in her carrier box. She's trying to get out. Anyway, she's at the vet. See? So cute. Look, there she is. That's Tulip. Now, not to be confused with Tulip or baby Jack, I'll show you a picture of Stacy. I showed Stacy the other night. She probably hates me doing this. She'll tell me if she hates me doing this. Okay, so I have got to find Stacy. without other people in it, because we don't know if the other people, you know, can deal or not deal. Let's see. I keep going down. It's going to be that same picture I showed you, because all of her stuff has everybody else in the picture. So, you know, when you're looking at it, you don't want to out the other people, so to speak. So this is Stacy. She's got the brass knuckles on right here. This is Stacy. And the boys used to want to be police and FBI, I think was Keithy's thing when he was little. So that was Stacy. But yeah, look at the beautiful flowers. These are all, we split them into different houses. So some went here, some went there. Everybody did beautiful flowers. And yeah, Stacy's badass, all right. Plus, she's a nice person. I did not ask her for help. She offered to come and help. Yeah, she offered to come and help. She's a great athlete. We ran for a long time, so she's a really good athlete. Oh, hold on. Somebody's here. Wait. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. Who just wrote? Oh, little Kenna wrote me. Sorry. I'm like, little Kenna. Yeah, no, Stacy reached out on her own and brought me food and the cat card. I mean, you know, when you've got a card that says, brace yourself, incoming hug. I should do that to Tulip, right? Yeah, no, I'm completely blocked. I'm completely blocked. So when people ask that, people always ask that. And it's interesting because when Keith's brother passed, I got that. Yeah, I looked at the reviews, absolutely. And keep in mind, Jason did not want his brother going to that shop. Jason was so pissed and kept telling Keith, you don't need to go there. It's too far. Come to the new shop that Jason went to. And I don't know the name of that shop. Anyway, okay, wait. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? Deanna communicates with Keith and other people have communicated, but it's interesting because people say, oh, if you're so psychic, why can't you reach him? I don't know. His brother, I did get immediately. And my understanding of this, I mean, I've gotten bits and pieces of Keith's, oh no, I got it prior. Yes, I did text it prior. I just didn't think it was going to be Keith, knew it was going to be one of them, but didn't think it was going to be Keith. But when you're looking at it this way, I guess my energy has to be able to see it. And what if I speak something before the police can check into it and I ruin it? I don't know. I would suspect it might be something like that. Or I may just never pick it up. There's a possibility I may never, ever contact. No one says you contact your relatives just because you want to. People make that mistake all the time. They come in for readings and they want to talk to somebody and they're like, I should be able to talk to my dead relative. That may not be the case. It may be tough shit. You're not talking to your kid, your father, your mother, your brother. It may be. It may actually be that way. I mean, we don't know. So, you know, I don't know. I have no control over it. So that's what I can tell you. I literally have no control at all whatsoever. So there's that. Yeah, there is equipment on the handlebars. Oh, there was no GoPro. I should have given him the GoPro. I had it in my head to put a dash cam on his car, but then I'm like, he probably won't want the dash cam on the car. I should have given him my own GoPro. That's why I do ask him. Oh, it's yeah, absolutely. Emotional blocks, all kinds of things. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know at this time. It'll happen if it happens. It may never happen. I may grow to be 80 years old, which I feel like right now, and it may never happen for me. And that's just tough shit. We don't have a right or an expectation as a psychic person to connect with every fucking person we want to. People make that mistake all the time, and it's crazy. The spirit has to want to talk to you. He may not want to talk to me. I don't know. Just because mother son doesn't, you don't know. I mean, you don't know. And people are kind of arrogant to think that just because somebody's your relative, they're going to jump in your space and tell you everything. Maybe they didn't like you. Maybe they did like you and they don't want to talk to you. Maybe they went on and did something else and they're too busy. Maybe that's what it is. You know, I don't know. There's relatives I haven't talked to who've passed on, and other ones I felt they could still be there watching me. Maybe I'm too obtuse to pick it up. So it doesn't quite work that way. It's up to them and it's up to us. But it's nothing we can control. A lot of people are like, oh, if you're a good medium, you can get this person. Or the thing I love most, only because I'm adopted, is people will say, I see, because I am adopted, I have relatives. I do not know who they are, obviously, because I was given out of that family, and don't even know who the father's side of the family is. But they will go where they want to as they choose, and we will try to communicate as we want to, as we choose. And just because you're a mother doesn't mean your kid's going to come to you, doesn't mean that. Has nothing to do with that. It's up to them. They got their own minds. And, Keithy was a Scorpio moon. You never know. He might be playing little hide and seek right now. But people will also say things like, oh, I don't want to hear from that person. I don't know who it is. That is also an ignorant thing to say, because just because you don't know on a soul level who somebody is, doesn't mean they aren't coming to say hi to you. You may not know them in this life, but you may have known them from other lifetimes. But people are very focused. I just want this one person. I just want this one thing. Not always works that way. And that's just life. It's too fucking bad. That's what I say. It's just too bad. And people think that they have all of this like expectation. A soul could be a lie. I mean, we don't really know. We don't really know when we die. Okay. How the fuck do we know unless you can remember and had a near death? Now, I believe I know from the work I do, not where we go exactly or how we look in that state. Because as I said, dreams are communicating. Yeah, Paige, did I read you Paige Dream? Am I supposed to keep saying this out loud here? I'm probably going to get in huge trouble. Anyway, Paigey had a dream, and I'm just going to read the first part. I don't know. Paige is very good. So Paige will, Paige will always text me when she gets a dream or she dreams of Keithy. She will always do that. So Paige dreamt this. I mean, she said in her dream. So yeah, no, people don't just appear. It's just like, just because you call me and say, hey, bitch, jump, I'm not going to jump. I mean, I don't expect people on the other side to have changed that drastically, to have changed that drastically where, they're just all love and light. That's also a mistake. We are who we are. And then when we cross over, I'm assuming we understand things a little bit differently, but we still are who we are, Wait, and oh God, we had a dream. You had a dream. I'm so happy when people have dreams. And I could see crumbs on her lips for real. Wait, take it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, she was probably on the other side doing that. That is a way that they can come in. I have to turn this off. I get hot, I get cold. My dad came, so, I hope I see him, but I don't have an expectation. I didn't have an expectation. I never had an expectation of having things work out, or like people have kind of a Pollyanna expectation in life. Like, I'm going to have kids and it's going to work perfectly. Not how it works. I'm going to get married. It's going to work perfectly. Not how it works. Shit happens. This world is not an easy place. It's just not. That's the way it is. Nobody should have the expectation of outliving their kids, or outliving this or that, or not having sick kids, or not having kids murdered, or not. That should not be an expectation on this planet, because shit happens and it's got to happen to somebody. And it's not necessarily, you're not picked out and targeted by God. There's all kinds of things that are going on in different circumstances. And we tend to think, like, people are like, oh, I raised my kids well, it shouldn't happen like this. That has nothing to fucking do with it. Sometimes good people have bad things happen. Sometimes bad people have good things happen. And sometimes people in the middle have all kinds of shit happen. Yeah, oh no, I believe I've had where I've gone out of my body and seen, but I absolutely believe in the other side. I still don't believe that because I want, chop chop, come and talk to me, that somebody's going to talk to me like that. I don't necessarily believe that. That's not my belief. I don't know why they would when they wouldn't on earth. Just because you call me and say, hey, bitch, come on, come talk to me, doesn't mean I'm going to jump out the door, run over to your house and come talk to you, right? Um, yeah, let's see, back on YouTube. Yeah, I can't read that. I'll have to read it later. So many comments, so hard to read. But let me read Paige's thing. I don't know if I read this to you. Yeah, it's your own soul's journey. That's exactly right. The other people's stuff intertwines, and you have no idea and no guarantee that just because you have a child, that child is going to live. And I knew that from Keith's brother passing. So it wasn't something that was far, like where I thought I'm going to grow, be an old woman, and then see my grandkids and that. I've never thought that. That's never been in my consciousness to think that, or that, you know, I'm going to even live to be old. Some of my astrologer friends are very nasty and will tell me, because of my 8th house Saturn, I'm going to live a long life, which makes me want to punch them in the face, because that's not what I want to do. You tell me I live over 60, I'm like, oh, fuck. I would be fine like leaving now, and I was fine with that thought before Keith passed away. So I didn't really, I'm not one of those people that wants to live necessarily a long life. I'm not, that's not what some people want to live forever. I can't imagine why. I just can't. Oh, I call on him, of course. I know. Tulip is so cute. Tulip, Mrs. Keithy. Okay, somebody's texting me here. All right, so back to Paigey's dream. Anyway, my little Paigey, my cute little Paige, she texted me Sunday about 9 in the morning. She said, Keith and Jason and one of Keith's friends came to me in my dream last night. Keith was telling me that he didn't want to die, and he kept saying he was being chased. At the end of my dream, him and I were running from something down the street. It was so bizarre, but I felt it was so freaking real. We went into the bike shop, also in my dream, and he kept saying, I never wanted to die. But in my dream, it was like we were both in heaven looking down at other people. So I said, did you look? Then I texted her and I said, did you look behind you in the dream? And she said, no, I didn't see anything. I was too scared to look. Keith told me to run. So I followed him. I put, okay, so somebody was following him. And she said, we were on a big, wide, open street. I said, Desoto. Okay, so Desoto is the street, and you saw it's a big, wide, open street. Anyway, and she said, and out of nowhere, he said, we have to run. So we started running. He was staying in like a back house, and that's where Jason was, and we ran to that house. Jason was on the couch, and he got up really fast. His friend came to that house too. It was so weird. Keith had like a backpack. Keith wasn't doing anything though. He walked me through everything. We were at the bike shop, then we got chased. We went back to the house. And the whole time Keith kept saying, I didn't want to die. My dream was so real and it lasted forever. And she says, I don't know. We randomly got chased. I asked her. So I'm asking him. Of course I'm asking him. I've been talking to him every day, every night. Think the body is inside of the soul. Yeah, exactly. The body is inside of the soul. The body comes in, the soul extends out. That's exactly right. Yeah, I know it did just bring, I'm just saying that's exactly. Somebody said, duh. I don't know, duh. Yeah, anyway, that was Paigey's dream. She dreamt of him. I mean, she mentioned it quite a lot. Okay, wait. All right, hold on here. Somebody else is texting me now. I get these texts in the middle of saying it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that's interesting. That's what Paigey was saying. That was her dream. So Paige is really good. When she gets it, she gets it. Oh, I found out about that from the police department. Get a load of this. Now, I can't remember what they call these people. Okay, so there's people... Basically, I'm going to call them fucking herpes on society. These people are herpes. I'm calling them herpes. So the herpes people listen to their scanners, their CD police scanners, you know, because we have, I mean, Bluetooth goes through the air. I can hear people's conversations at the gas station when I pull up if they're on their earphones, right? So these herpes people listen to the police scanners, right? And societal herpes, big pussing oozy herpes. I don't have herpes, but that's what I've heard happens. Anyway, parasitic herpes, right? So these people, these guys, these lawyer guys, what they do is they come up on the scene. They get the information just basically as somebody calls 911, I guess. So they probably cut into that. I'm not quite sure how it works, but somehow they get the information. They told me in the valley, Officer Reyes told me that there's a thing in the valley going on. Now, this is probably everywhere in the valley where these pieces of shit on society, these pieces of shit, pull up and they offer, now listen to this. George told them, fuck off and get away from my friend and get the fuck out of my face, which is really good. But what they usually do is they come by and they ask you a question and then they say, here, talk to the lawyer, because you're going to need to talk to the lawyer, right? So George told them to fuck off, which was good. Obviously, he's with Keith. It's pretty traumatic. He doesn't want to talk to them. He doesn't give a shit, right? So then if you do talk to them and let's say you're in an accident, they ask permission to tow your car. Then, listen to this, then they tow your car, your bike, your truck, and they leave it at an undisclosed location, costing families upwards of $3,000 to get their vehicle out of impound. You know who's been affected by it the most, I heard? Places like Enterprise Rent-A-Car when they get in an accident and they just leave the car and the car gets towed off and then they have, yes, it's fucking going on. That's exactly what's going on. So I'm not sure that that was necessarily a setup, but it's been going on in the valley and they're having a lot of trouble with it. Because of course those people get there and, you know, like that. And the guy with the camera wasn't opportunist, but they're herpes, really. I'm going to stop. They're pussing, gross, oozing herpes on society. And actually, somebody should, you know, fuck with them. Take their cars out of their driveways, tow them, do shit like that. Leave them at an undisclosed location off the side of a bridge into a lake or something. I'm not advising that, just saying. But anyway, that's a thing in the valley. So a lot of that, yes, he does have a phone with him. I have the phone. A lot of that is going on in the valley, apparently. And then there's a lot of things, too, where they have the guy had a big camera, was part Asian, part white, big camera, known as a stringer. So they get it on the CD radio or CB or whatever it is, and they go out there and they just literally go to an accident and they take pictures of your dead loved one or your mangled loved one or someone who got run over at a crosswalk, and they sell it to these websites all over. Who knew? Okay. Having said that, everything is mobile, and if somebody does do that, what do they have in their pictures that is going to be helpful for me? What do they have for that as the family? So, wait, I don't know what somebody said. Do I think it's glamorous to die? No, I don't think it's glamorous to die. I don't know what you said there, but anyway, they do that. I just don't think it's good to live a long life. That's all. Having said that, I don't see what the thrill is of being on this planet, but I never have. I think it's a very rough planet. It's a soul elevation, so they say, but I think it's a prison planet and we were kidnapped. Overdose is like intentional. Overdose is intentional. That's like a reckless suicide. Is drug overdose glamorous? No, why would drug overdose be glamorous? How can choking on your own barf and aspirating on it be glamorous? No, you drug overdose, you're stupid, okay? Sorry, you're just fucking stupid. Because that is like reckless treatment of the self by the self. So you go in a different way. Maybe he saw something before he took the pictures. Yeah, the Asian guy, I don't know who he is. He's part Asian, part white, I think. I saw one picture of him, and I can't find who had the picture. I think one of Keith's friends did, but he said he erased all the pictures off his phone, which I find interesting also. However, having said that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why drug overdose is not glamorous. Maybe they're a bot. Yeah, that's a bot. That might be a bot. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't understand why people have to be stupid or whatever. There's different things that happen with suicide. There's all kinds from, whatever, but obviously you have a disturbance in your energy field if you're going to commit suicide. And a lot of it can come from outside of us. A lot of it can come from like entities that get into our depression, our drug addiction, our way of thinking, right? So there's a lot of things I feel this place is just absolutely, look, I have to stretch my arms up, and I shaved my armpits today, you all. I did. That's a message for the trolls out there. I have shaved my armpits. Yeah, I know. Other graphic, wait, yes, and they do come in with suicide. Drug addiction just invites them in. So if you're a drug addict and you're taking more drugs and you're doing more shit, you're opening it up to whatever wants to step in. And a lot of times people are unaware of their body energy anyway, and stuff steps in, but you can't tell the average person this because they're just like, yeah, we don't know. That stuff happens all the time. So when you're looking at the metaphysical, thank you for that. When you're looking at the metaphysical, right, I think the whole world suffers. We either, let's just look at it. Let's look at it this way. Look at with people when their kids are kidnapped. Do you think any mother came onto the planet to give birth to a child, to have some fucker take the child out of a grocery store, have some ex-husband kill them all? No. Like that Lori, whatever her name is, who killed her own kids, whatever the hell that is. Do you think anybody comes in to know, to do that? No, that people are just ridiculous. Okay. Oh my God. I forgot to mention what I was talking about before. All right. So if Elizabeth and Eric are on here, actually Eric does some private detective work, and he went down to take pictures. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. Elizabeth's wife contacted me, gave me some good information, and her husband actually spent his time on his own time, took some pictures of what he saw, and explained to me what he thought happened. I have not had a chance to talk to them yet, but I wanted to thank them if they're on here, which is super awesome. Let's see. God bless all the good people on this feed. Yeah, I know, right? As if there's good people. There are good people, but this planet is really interesting. This planet is very interesting. Yeah, I hope Keith will be a guide for Lila. I think Lila will probably pick him up sooner than later. Yes, I did see that. Almost causing a deadly accident. Yeah, I know. Why Keithy needed to fix a new bike, I don't know. He also had the clutches changed on it. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't fucking know. Whatever. And, I don't know. There's some element of karmic timing in that too. I just wish it wasn't my Keith. I just wish it wasn't Keithy. That kid, oh my God, that kid always showed up back home. So, oh my God, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. I hope he comes through soon. I really do. Yeah, it could be faulty bikes. It could definitely be that. But that kid Keith, I worried about Jason all the time because Jason's a bit of a, squirrel at times. No offense, Jason, if you're stalking me on here. But Jason's a little bit of a squirrel. Keith wasn't a squirrel. Like, Keith was different. Keith was conscientious. Keith was cautious. I'm not saying he wasn't a guy and didn't do shit, right? Thank you so much for the super chats. Let's look. I've got to put that's from Aaron. Aaron, you do that a lot. Thank you so much. And oh, look at my big hand. Oh, shoot. I can't even get it because people keep texting me. I'm trying to do this. Oh my God. Look, my hand keeps covering this. And that's from Zoe. Thank you, Zoe, so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, I never like worried about Keithy ever. I worried about him, sometimes, like one time he went skateboarding and he came home all wet and I was like, I don't understand. And I guess he fell through the drain thing into the water channel in the winter. And I was like, shit, you're lucky you didn't drown. some stupid shit like that. And he, like when he was 3, he fell out of a 3rd-story window. I just heard him hit the ground. I heard like, oh, thud. And then I was like, what the hell happened? And Jason said he was trying to climb and catch a tree and then fell. He missed the cement and hit the grass, which was good. Yeah, there's nothing to get hung up on. I did. All photographers know about it. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but okay. Somebody passed along info about how, okay, pandemic is affecting. Yeah, no, it's terrible. Actually, if you think about it, if this bullshit, which the CDC changed, it was, what was the bike? A Yamaha something, 600 something. I don't know. It's a blue bike. It was a pretty bike. Keithy loved the bike. It was such a, just a really pretty bike. Let me find a picture of the bike. I don't know. It was a Yamaha something. It was a new one. It was a 2020. Oh my God. Somebody got hit by a train. Thank you so much. What did that say? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Somebody just said, is a bike shop? Yeah, apparently, Lori from Lori Burns, Freehab, Vera's Sanctuary, and the Teen Project, her son, Michael, died at age 24. And she was just remembering that he came out of the shop too and was driving. And then she described another friend of hers that got on a bike and was driving after getting out of the shop, went into Vegas, from here to Vegas, and then ended up, both him and his girlfriend, dying on the back of the bike. So kind of interesting, these fixing. I mean, I've had shit where people fix my car and they've missed like a lug nut and shit like that, right? So, yeah, it's not the same shop Lori's son was in, but Lori's son died, I think it's 3 or 4 years ago, Michael, and he was 24. And same thing, it just suddenly went off the road as usual. Just suddenly they go off the road. So that happened to Lori as well. And so, wait, hold on. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, somebody's doing that. Okay, so, oh, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, maybe Keith is protecting me from finding it out. I might have a nervous breakdown. I had a nervous breakdown after his brother came to me after he died. So for the early part of Keith's childhood, I was in the middle of complete disarray and mental breakdown. So that stuff happens to me. It hasn't happened now. I'm very neutral, but I miss Keith. That's all I can tell you. I'm just very neutral. Yeah, I'm very neutral. Thank you all for the super chats, you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're Melody, who is cute little Melody. She was on the I know, right? Melody, I'm going to probably have to get a lawyer, but Melody, who was resuscitating Keith, trying to, with her brother, Robert, and then the neighbor, Kimberly, the 3 of them, Melody, nursing student, Kimberly, a nurse. Anyway, they actually have been so helpful. I just forgot I have to text Melody back. Yeah, no, so great. I mean, so great. Such nice people, such nice. No, Melody's just dear, like very sweet lady. Her whole family is. Her mother gives me big hugs. So nice. Tells me I can park in their driveway when I go to the place where Keith got hit. So nice. Very nice. Came to Keith's service, very kind, and were with him. So that was actually, that's really all you can ask for. We're all going to exit the world at some point. I just wish it hadn't have been Keith. I never really worried about him. Jason I worried about. Jason could walk out the door and it's like, what kind of shit are we getting into tonight? But not Keithy. I mean, if Keithy was a Scorpio moon, yeah, there's a lot of construction. You're right about that. Keithy's with his Scorpio moon. So it was like, I haven't seen the Monk Lady recently, but we do go back. I do go there. And you can hear them chanting, like there's little speakers outside there, and they, yeah, he was very surrounded by love. Like they were all praying. This lady, this kid named Dylan found me, or somebody found him actually, and then texted me that his mom had been behind the accident. So they called me. Dylan did, and the mom, Dylan's mom, and she was nice enough to say that everybody was praying around Keith and a circle, and so they came up on the accident. They didn't actually see the accident, and so yeah, it was. Thank you guys for all your prayers. It's so good. Yeah, I went to some houses with construction. I mean, I just know Keithy didn't just arbitrarily go to the right side of the road. He's not insane. He's not insane. I mean, and he's not a trickster on the bike. He was a good boy. Did Melody Robert or Kimberly say of Keith? George was also there with Keith because George came right after the accident, but they said he was alert. Melody saw him. Oh, somebody ran him off the road. That's my belief. It always has. Melody saw him. She looked into his, eyes, and I think Kimberly said she saw the tear. George saw the tear too. I guess it's the recognition that you're leaving your life, so you're ready to go. I actually feel he was not grounded in his body or couldn't feel it. Like I had no sense of pain, and he was gone so quickly, so that was good. George said he was when he hit, like when they were there. Melody said she was looking at his eyes and she knew to call him Keith because George was like, Keith. So they were all looking at him, and he tried to talk to George, according to George. But I almost feel like maybe a lung was punctured. I don't know, because he couldn't get the words out, and then he just was gone. Like he probably was not alive more than quote 3 minutes, and again he would have been in shock, so I doubt he felt anything. And then this nice man came out across the street, and who was from across the street, and said to me, he passed really quickly. So he made a point of coming down the street and telling me that, so that, because we were just sitting there like staring. I was like, what the fuck am I seeing? Right? Yeah, he shed a tear. That's what they said. I mean, it was horrifying to see, but I went completely numb, so I can't explain it to you except that I went numb. I went completely fucking numb. I'm still numb. So for whatever reason, I'm just, you could probably smack my face. I wouldn't feel anything. And I don't even really care. I'm just like literally numb. Could be autopilot numb, whatever. I haven't quite ever had that happen exactly like that, but it's very strange. It's very strange. People look at me and they expect me to break into tears, and I'm like, I can't feel anything. I know intellectually what went on, so I'm up in my head about it, but yeah, it's very interesting. I think it's probably a shock reaction, or it's probably post-traumatic stress shock, something like that. I didn't have it with his brother. I knew it was coming, but I had literally had a nervous breakdown after that, and I'm not doing that again. I will not derail myself. I'm not doing that again. Because most of Keith's early childhood was spent with me, having a little bit of emotional problems. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's just weird. And I mean, there's nothing you can do when they talk about resources and they talk about, whatever, there really is nothing you can do. Like, we're all going to die. So when I look at it like that, I'm like, well, we're all going to die. He got out of here quicker. I just didn't want to lose him, and his family and friends didn't want to lose him, which is the same with anybody that dies. We don't want to lose them. So that's a human thing, but we're not human, we're souls. So I get caught in between the two. I suspect when I find out what happened, that might be when I just get pissed as hell or something. And then my pissness will probably lead to something else, some kind of breakdown at that time. But, you got to work, you got to support yourself. That's what you got to do, right? You don't have, what choice do you have? I do find myself getting a little bit angry at times. Sometimes I go on rants, but I'm not going to do it on YouTube. I mean, I've done it on YouTube, but not the same kind of rant. Yes, of course, everybody wants to know. That's why I'm saying all of those people whose children get literally kidnapped, or they never see them again, or, you have some fucking idiot like that Lori woman. I don't know her last name, but that woman, and she, marries some guy, and they they kill the kids. It's like, what the hell is that? you know, what is that? Or like Scott Peterson or something like this, where it's your pregnant wife and the family's like thinking you're a good son-in-law and you're fucking doing that. This would make me insane. This would make me crazy. Like, I don't know what I would do with that. Those people that deal with that, remember Polly Kloss? You know, do you remember that? Polly Kloss, her dad like looked everywhere. Check the rear tire to see if it was aligned. Oh, that's a good one. I saw that. Thank you, Donna. I saw that. Yeah, I know. It's really weird. Like Polly Kloss, when that was up in Northern California, and that guy just broke into her house when she was having a sleepover and took her and then killed her. Like took her and hit her in the trunk and then eventually ended up killing her. That kind of a thing. What do you do with that? Like your whole life, okay, not only did they kill your kid, but your whole fucking life is ruined because all you could focus on, like you'd be at dinner and that would be your focus. That's what, yeah, Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell are nuts, but not. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like my focus, no matter what time of the day it is do something towards Keith. That's my focus. Find an answer, talk to somebody, call somebody, do something, ask somebody. Chris Watts, I mean, well, that guy, the family, they must want to kill him. But you can't. And, you know, jail and life isn't enough for him. Where does he go after that? It's like, I have a newfound respect for parents that go through that and manage to live. Anyway, anybody taking drugs who overdosed is reckless suicide. Yes, that is accurate. That is what it is. Deal with it. God, I'm like, yes, if you're going to overdose knowing that drugs can cause you and you've had problems, yes, that is reckless suicide. It's not like shooting yourself in the head. There's different levels. Taking an overdose of pills intentionally is a way of committing suicide. Hanging yourself is another. Shooting yourself is another. Jumping off a bridge is another, right? But if you are going to take drugs and you're going to be a drug addict, then you know you can die. If you know you can die, then it's reckless. It just takes a little bit longer, doesn't it? It's much like overeating and being 400 pounds. You are destroying your body. That's what you're doing, right? If you are diabetic and you're eating hordes of sugar, what do you think you're doing? Exactly. It's reckless, but it's not like jumping out the window right now, but that's what it is. Wait, dream. Oh God, I missed that dream of me and Keithy. But yeah, well, it ends their pain. Yeah, they think it ends their pain, but truthfully, the soul has to go through kind of, they don't work. It doesn't work the same way as if you're in an airplane crash and you plummet out of the sky. The soul kind of works in a different, and that must be horrific for people. 200 people on a plane and the plane goes down and you're like, what the fuck? Horrifying. Parents and kidnapped her, but she got away a month later. Oh my God. Yeah, good. That's good. That's good. She got away. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I saw the thing on Crazy Days and Night. I don't know who runs that site. Have no idea. I won't know until I see what happens to Keith. But honestly, if you're going to kill a relative of somebody because I'm doing YouTube videos, like that's on you. That's not on me. I'm allowed to speak and I'm not responsible because I speak. That's like on you that you're that fucked up. You think you got to kill somebody because you want to shut me up, which to my own detriment and everybody else's who's in my environment, I will never shut up. So there you go. I know I'm a little bit afraid of plane crashes too. Yeah, I've told everybody in the house in case it was this scenario, get ready because I'm not going to shut up. So I will never shut up. Like, you're not going to do that to me. If you already killed somebody in my family, then you want me to shut up? You think that's going to shut me up? That doesn't make sense to me. The threat of it prior to it may have shut me up, but this isn't going to shut me up. Just saying. Yeah, I know. Stupid, right? And also, it could be Deanna and Brian and a bunch of people got that it was his time to go. So sometimes you have to have certain circumstances happen. Other people feel it's different. I have to actually feel and see and look at the person that drove into the intersection. That's what I have to see. Then I'll know myself. But I'm not taking on that responsibility because I talk on YouTube. That's ridiculous. I don't fucking care. As I say, if you want to shut me up, then fucking do a good job. Aim, shoot, and hit. I mean, I don't know what to say. Do it if you say you're going to do it. I'm not afraid. I mean, we all die. So it's that. I just miss my son. That's my human experience. But if you're going to get bent out of shape about death, it's the unknown, but we all die. So if we die, 2020, I don't know who Donna Riggs was, but I'm assuming that's an accident. Yeah, I have a problem. Yeah, it might. I mean, if you're going to kill somebody for a fucking reading, then I don't know what to say. That's on you. You've got to do something. And I will be with Keith one day. So that doesn't bother me per se. It's just they took him out of life right now. But really, when you look at life right now, he was living his life to the fullest. So he died doing everything that he wanted to do. He was a happy kid. He was a good looking kid. He was better looking, taller, and happier than a lot of people who say they're better looking, taller, and happier. He was friendly. His friends loved him. He was a kind soul. He had a very dry, funny sense of humor. He always let me scratch his back and give him a hug. He was a good kid. If I try to go near Jason like that, Jason's like, back it up, sister. Jason's not really Mr. Huggy. He tries, but then he gets like, get away like that. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I know people can think what they want. They can think, everything. I'm not going to know till I know. And when I know, I'll know. It sounds weird, but we all know when we know. Yeah, everybody liked him. He was a very good person. Yeah, sometimes you get mad. I get mad at the drug overdoses. I was mad at Jimmy for like 12 years. I didn't really cry for 12 years. It took me 12 years. Okay, a few seconds right between. I had the biggest crush on him. Oh my God, I don't know. I just missed that. Somebody had a crush on Keithy, I think. Anyway, yeah, Jimmy, I was too pissed off because when you're doing something by your own hand and you OD and your body shuts down, it's like, fuck you, what are you doing? I don't know that that's a soul contract. I don't know that suicide is, but things like if you live in Syria, let's say, and you end up in some casualty of war, that's, whatever it is. And by the way, Keith was a wonderful person, not because of anything I did, but because of who he was. Is there a public place where shows? Oh, somebody's talking over there. Yeah, Keith was a good soul by himself. It's nothing his mother or father did, except we made the kid. But yeah, that was on him. It's always on him. I know parents want to take credit for their kids, but it really has nothing to do with that. You will have people raised in the most heinous circumstances, Nazi Germany and concentration camps, and they will be totally nice. Or you will have people born in the suburbs, like the preppy killer. You remember that preppy guy killer? And they go around killing people because they're in prep school or whatever that is. You're a soul. You're a soul and you're a soul. So that's on you. He was just a good soul. He came to our family probably to teach us something. Yeah, I did meet with the police. I explained it at the beginning. They were very nice. I know. No, I didn't say that. Somebody said that. People say that, maybe because of doing the YouTube channel and talking out about basically the pedophilia, child trafficking in the world, which is actually factual and something I've done for 35 years. It's not something I come to just now. YouTube I come to just now. But yeah, I know. I felt guilty too because I had so many nervous breakdowns when I raised Keith. But that's just where I was at that point. Yeah, I got Jimmy. Jimmy was the one that crossed Keith over with Slim. Both Johnny's dad and his brother crossed him over, probably with other people as well. Jimmy was in the house quite a lot the 2 months prior to Keith passing, and I wondered what he was doing here. Also, the man with the black hat that was like a sombrero, whom I said, whoever you are, get out of here. I thought he might be a government operative, actually. Sounds weird, but I was like, I don't know who this guy is. So the house was full of people. But we do all die, and so thank you, you guys. We do all die. So when you look at it from that perspective, thank you for that. When you look at it from that perspective, we all die. So if we all die, what are we all running around afraid of? It's a transition. It's not actually a loss, it's a transition. It's just that I don't know where he is right now. So it's like, I'm looking for my Keith. Like, even though I didn't talk to him as much, he was always out. You know, obviously he's not going to be chatting with his mother on the phone all day long. But, you know, Keithy was like a good boy and a kind boy, very psychic. He apparently, come to find out, was, no, I can't. I've said it repeatedly, Lisa, you should probably get off the channel because you keep asking stupid ass shit. I've explained that you can't always get people and you want to channel them. Any psychic that says they can pull anybody through like that is full of shit. Because sometimes, like if I die, there's certain people I'm not going to go to, no matter what they say, even if they think we're good friends, even if they think that I'm married to them, even if they think that they're my kid or my mom or my whatever. Excuse me, thank you for that. Doesn't mean I'm going to go to them. Maybe I don't fucking want to. Don't I have a right on the other side, or am I tied to my relatives here just to show up to give them information because I can't, because they don't know where I am? No, I'm going to do what I need to do in the way that I do. So I'm sure Keith will choose to communicate when he does, as he always did in life. When he was 10, he said to me, I got him his little cell phone, and he said to me, Mom, I said, what? He goes, I'm not going to tell you where I am. I'm going to answer my phone and I'm going to tell you what you want me to tell you, but I'm just going to let you know I'm okay, but I'm not going to tell you where I am. Okay, I'll take the answering of the phone. Anyway, he was quite a funny kid with his own adult ideas. He was funny. Thank you for that, you guys. Thank you so much for all of the super chats. Yeah, I found out Keith from like age 12 on was barely in school. By the way, school system, you were never calling me, telling me he wasn't in school. He was never in school. He was always, yeah, I know, whatever she is. Yeah, Keith was very spiritual. I came to find that out after he was teaching all his friends about spirituality and talking about all the same things I talked about. And he knew a lot about his crystals and his psychic work. This he kept secret from his mama, though. Well, I knew it. He told me sometimes, but he didn't really tell me all the time. Yeah, he's got things to work out on the other side. Absolutely. Nobody comes in here and leaves perfect. That's not what we're here to do. We're flawed. We make mistakes. We do everything. Let's see. Bye-bye, Lisa. Nobody wants you here. You guys are funny. Thank you. So, yeah, thank you. He just transitioned. He transitioned before I wanted him to. And it's weird because I'm always like, when I call John now, I'm like, you know, how's Jason? Where's Jason? How's Keithy? Keithy first, you know, all of that. That's usually where it went. Now it's like, how's Jason? But here's the difference. Jason will answer the phone calls now, whereas he wouldn't before because Keith would answer them. So Keith would always call back. Not so much Jason all the time. So the kids, you know, they're boys. They don't want their mommy calling them. This is your mommy, pick up. You know, I had to let them be adults, and I was trying to separate myself about, I have no idea what's with the audio. Maybe Keithy's trying to come through. I would try to separate myself from my children so that they could grow into independent adults. That's what I was trying to do. It all feels pointless. Family shift. It's yeah, it is. It's not pointless. Keith has given me the greatest lessons of my life, actually. His birth and his death both were tough on me. The whole experience of Keith's life taught me things. Being pregnant with Karma's got her eye on you. That's hilarious. Karma is a she. Oh God, I know. Lisa's a stupid bitch. All right. Sorry, God, who said that? Oh, foot and mouth again coming out. Anyway, Keith taught me so many lessons. It's really easy to live a nice, yeah, Jason's trying to be a good man. Jason's a squirrel. Called Jason my little squirrel. Like this through the house. Church of Crazies have the MO the same. Oh, yeah, exactly. But anyway, I learned a lot from Keith. His birth was difficult. As I said, John saved him at birth. His death was difficult. It wasn't just tater tots because of you. I fucking love tater tots, and I blame Arlene for that shit. I blame Arlene for the tater tots on my ass. I know, right? I'm trying to read. I can't always, but sometimes when they're too long, they scroll up. But anyway, Keith taught me everything. And actually, to have that kind of depth of feeling with somebody attached to it is quite extraordinary, because we could all live, and Keith wasn't about like living a simple life without living it. So this is living life. This is the shit that happens. Not that I wanted it to fucking happen. I did not want Doodleberry to. I wake up every morning. I wake up 5 times a night and I call his name. I look for him like he'd ever be in my bed. I look over, I go, Keithy. My son was not in my bed except when he was little. Tater tot food is of the gods. Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, when Keith was little, he would sleep right with his little face like this. Thank you so much, you guys, for all of the super chats. He would literally sleep and I would feel his breath on my nose, and that was so good. I remember that. So good. I would sleep for like 4 hours with him. All the time when he was little. Jason would lie down and you'd start to fall asleep, and this would be Jason. Even when he was like 2 months old, he'd have one eye open, and then he'd start moving, and then he'd start rolling, and he might roll off the bed. I used to have to put pillows around Jason because, ooh, tater tots and hot sauce. This sounds like something I could do with melted cheese over it. Yeah, but thank you so much for that, you guys. Thank you. Oh, the breath was the best. Keith's breath on my nose was the best. Jason did not sit still. We called Jason Mr. No Nap, as in he never napped. He was little Mr. No Nap. Like, he used to run around until he fell asleep running. Like, that was Jason. Run, and then sleep on the floor wherever he landed. Keithy put himself to bed, put himself on a schedule, got up early, did his exercise, ate his food correctly, did everything like that, and still had his fun. Thank you all for the super chats. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Keithy was such a good boy that way. Jason could roll in at 3:30 a.m. and get up for work at 6, Mr. No Nap, and then do a double shift at work, and then come back and, do that. And I used to put Jason in a car seat thing that you could rock with your foot. I don't know what you call it. It's like a rocking chair. Thank you for that, you guys. And I would like vacuum around him so that he would fall asleep. And just as I would sit down on the couch and he was sound asleep, I'd look, and guess what? He was staring right at me. This is Jason. Keith would be out like this, sleeping, sound asleep, out on his back. A bouncy seat. Yeah, remember those bouncy seats? Oh my God. Anyway, Jason would sleep like just all like, he slept in between me and John. Keithy did too for a while when they were little, but Keith's feet and those long legs would go sideways. So he's a side sleeper. I hear Lila's a side sleeper too. So, oh, I'm sorry about Sam. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I know they transition. I try not to use the word lost because he's not lost. He's with God. We all go back home. Every single person here dies. If we all die, it's more the unknown and the manner of death. It's more that. So it's more about that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Wendy. Yeah, I see that. So many people have had the same thing happen. It's not like it's unique to one person or another. I think it's just how we handle it. Okay, my boy was a Zoomer, but his nickname was Battery Burn. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, it's we all go home to God. Of that I know. Of that I know. Okay, so I absolutely know that. It's just I never thought that it was so weird because John lost his son. John had turned 51, and so I was 30. John had turned 51, and I was 30 because my birthday's in August. So we had had Keithy. And it was John's surprise party. And Jimmy was there. We just picked him up out of the hospital. And me, Keithy, and Jason. And Jimmy was there, and he was just like promising he was going to get, do better and shit like this. And so that would have been in April, but I think we had it at the end of March. And then I remember I turned 31 in August. And then I remember passing my 51st birthday this year. Jimmy passed in October 9th to be exact. And I remember, oh God. Yeah, no, Deanna, I'm so sorry for that. Yeah, you will be torn. I wake up looking for Keith every day. I mean, it's not easy. I'm like, where's my fucking kid, But then I realized he was a gift, and I should have probably taken better advantage of that. We all take shit for granted. We all take shit for granted every day. You're just living your life though. So you can't think from an altered state because you're living your life. You're just living your fucking life. And sometimes you yell at your kids. Sometimes you have nervous breakdowns. Some people spend their kids' childhoods drunk or high or fucked up or screaming or fighting. All of those things I did. But my Keithy, I apologized to him. I think he was that was probably last year. I asked him to please forgive me. I am so fucking glad I did because he said he did. So that's all I could do. That's really all I could do. But I just remember when I turned 51, I was like, okay, I'm safe because this happened to John. So I thought I broke the cycle. And then this July, when little Jason turned 28, I was like, fuck, he beat Jimmy because Jimmy was 27 turning 28. Never thought it would be Keith. 2 weeks later, less than 2 weeks later. And I'm looking to see what eclipse happened in July. I think it was on the nodes, and I believe, I've got to look at my eclipses. I've forgotten. Eclipses. July 5th. Yeah, it was a Capricorn eclipse in July 5th at 1338. Keith had 5 planets in Capricorn. So we have another Gemini eclipse in November. That ought to be a little special bit of hell. Yeah, so anyway, and thank you guys for listening. I'm going to try to back off of my key stories, but I was just updating because that's not my intention all the time, because he lived this beautiful life for 24 years, as people do. It's not the time. Like, what if you live to 80 and you're a complete fucking asshole, right? And so you're 80 and you're like, I'm a complete asshole. So, yeah, John, that must be a karma for John. That's John's karma on that one. I don't know what that is, but it's very interesting. And I actually know of somebody who lost 3 children at different times, 3 sons. So I just remember passing my 51st birthday thinking I'm safe. I wasn't safe. You're never safe. Don't think you're safe. Don't think because you live in a nice apartment, you're safe. Don't think because you make money, you're safe. Don't think because you don't make money, you're safe. Don't think anything. Just literally love your children. Just love your children. That's it. And I did really try hard to love my children, but there was times I just wanted to chase them down and scream at them and shake them and go, what the fuck are you doing? Keithy included, but Keithy turned out pretty good. And not because of us. We loved him and he knew that. I think he knew that. But he was a good person because of choices he made himself. Yeah, exactly. And no, it was a total wonderful thing. But it's interesting. It's an interesting life. It's not something I wanted to do. I mean, and quite frankly, after a child dies, you're like, do I give a shit about anything? You really don't care about anything. It's very interesting. I don't care. I don't care if I have money or not have money or do or don't or work. I could give a shit less. I don't fucking care. Which is a certain amount of freedom. So he's also teaching me that this isn't necessarily a problem. You know, maybe I'm not, this stupid air conditioning. Sorry, you guys. I'm still having the same thing. I've got to sit over there and do the video, but the lighting is worse over there. So I have the fan. But yeah, it's interesting. And I think if I were to say how to grieve, now there were some people that said some stupid shit. People don't know what to say. They really don't know what to say. Nobody knows what to say. Some of the things that I can say are some of the hugs that I've gotten from people have been the best hugs ever. You know that they're sincere. Very sincere hugs. Like they're not saying anything. They just embrace you. And there's some people that have a look of fear on their face, and that's not good. They don't want to be around you because they're afraid it will happen to them and it's contagious. I do remember that with Jimmy. I remember 6 months before Jimmy passed, his best friend had committed suicide, the kid he went to school with. That was a whole other story. That kid went to the seminary and then that kid came home and probably something happened. Anyway, they went to Catholic school together. That kid, I remember, I didn't go to that funeral, but I remember that kid passing and I remember everybody talking about the funeral. And I remember John and I were in a restaurant downtown, beautiful downtown Burbank. We were in a restaurant and I remember seeing the parents of this kid. And I said to John, are you going to go talk to them? And he didn't really want to do that. And they looked sad. They sat there and it was a suicide though. So they sat there and we didn't communicate with them at all. And then 6 months later, John and me along with him was in that position. So it was very interesting. It was interesting. So you never know yourself. Yeah, exactly. It might be that. But I will say my friends, I would show you the mug I got from Arlene, but it might be completely wrong. It was the Mr. Wood mug. Thank you for that. Thank you, everybody, for your super chats. All of you, thank you. Arlene got me the Mr. Wood mug. So when I drink my coffee in the morning, you know who Mr. Wood is online? There's the uncovered version of Mr. Wood on my coffee mug. I just can't. Anyway, oh my God, wait, losing my dog. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know how you feel. I'm about a month in front of you, or it's been a month for me. I'm really sorry about your daughter. Yeah, it's the most shocking thing. It's the most shocking thing. But Arlene giving me that mug was a little bit of help. And I'll tell you, the second that I was on the phone with Deanna and Vanessa at the time, I know. I was driving there, and I think Vanessa had texted me about hiking. So I had left her a voice. You know how you send the voice message? And I had said, I think Keith is dead. And then she was calling me, and I was on the phone with Deanna, and they were both like simultaneously talking to me in the car while I was talking to Keith's friend, who wouldn't tell me that Keith passed, while I was driving there. And I just remember Arlene and Carol coming out there like immediately and standing there, not necessarily saying anything, just standing there. And just literally, Arlene took all the paperwork from everybody. Thank God she did, because I had no idea where the bike went. I mean, you think you're listening, but you have no fucking idea what's going on. You're like, what the fuck are they saying to me? You could, look at, I just tangled my necklaces. Anyway, it could be Pig Latin. It could be, whatever. And Carol just stood there, didn't really know what to say. They both stood out in that hot heat, and it had to be 105. They came over to see John. John was at home. He wasn't feeling well. Barb met us there. And then they just sat with me. As I said, Arlene put my printer up, because Keithy said to me he would come and help me. Then he didn't want to help me put the printer up. I should ask Jason, because Jason had the same printer but refused to come up here and help me. I'm like, fuck, fix this printer. Anyway, Neither one of those boys came up here. Keith did try to fix the mirror in the bedroom, though. I will tell you that he did good. The whole thing we broke anyway. But so Carol and Arlene and Barb all sat here with me for hours, and then I drove down the street. Arlene drove my car home, and I drove down the street and slept in Keith's bed, after we came up to the studio, put stuff away. We looked at pictures, and they just kept talking, that's all they can do. You can't really do anything. Just being there is good. Is a good thing. And I had just been at Arlene's. That's where I became addicted to tater tots with Lila. Yep, that's right. And tater tot community. And then I went up the following Sunday and just barged in on their house with Arlene and Liz and Bill, and she was helping me with the scanner, just letting me scan. And then her niece and nephew were there, and I was able to talk to them, and they were so nice. And Jason has to go for an MRI for that. Jason is a freaking cancer. Mr. Cancer Man, squirrel. Cancers are squirrel. But if you want to know how to help somebody that's had something tragic, wait, what? A friend of mine lost his life Saturday morning, motorcycle accident, 28. See, and the car kept going. What the fuck if you hit some fucking pull over? Like, if you pull over, it's not a hit and run. It could be an accident. It could be, you didn't see them. The sun was there. It's not what you want to be involved in, but running away from it is ridiculous. I would say, though, if somebody experiences a loss around you, really talk to them. And people, my friends were so lovely. They all came to the service, and they all stood in the park. Kathy and I had dinner. Kathy was Keith's old boss from the TV show, and we had dinner, as I told you, and Kathy started reading me at dinner. Yeah, she reads me. The other psychic reads this psychic, even though she's an accountant. So we just sat and talked, and she's just so helpful. We had tacos, we had chips and dip, and Keith grew up in that restaurant, and Kathy was so sweet. She just was telling me, she was just telling me, everything about this. Tater tots in the air. Look, I'm like pressing this. So yeah, it was interesting. So everybody's just been really extremely good. Libra Lori talks to me every morning. We talk, all of those things. Just every day. I talk to Deanna ad nauseum. Deanna gets in the car with me and walks in the heat, and we put out flyers, and we talk, and we go up and down, and all of that. So that's all you want to do, I think. That's all you want to do. And I don't know what to tell people, because there's no fucking way out of it. When you understand that, I know tacos were good. I had chicken tacos. When you understand it, I think if I can control something is when I get angrier. Like if I see you punching somebody or kicking somebody, that's when I think I can control it. I have no fucking control over this. So what am I going to do about that? I have no control whatsoever. No control. I can't bring them back. And that's what I told the police today. I can't bring them back, but I need to know what happened. And then maybe I'll be able to grieve in a so-called normal fashion. Right now, I just want to know what happened to my child. And I'm luckier than many because I saw him and was able to see him. A lot of people, their kids get kidnapped, missing, kidnapped, wherever, out of country, they never see their kids again. All those women that married like Middle Eastern men, and the men took off with the kids to the country and the parents left here. Yeah, it's a very out of control feeling, but I also realize, and I defer to God, this is where your faith comes in. You either have faith or you don't. Lost a nephew at 16. His parents tanked for months. Yeah, you will tank. I'm pretty, this is terrible. I'm just telling my friend this on the way home. Growing up, in an alcoholic home with abusive parents taught me how to be responsible, because I basically have had to take care of shit like that my whole life. So I'm going to work. I'm going to do what I have to do. I don't drug. I don't drink. That's an easy way out. You've got to feel it or you're going to stay blocked. So I believe you've got to feel it. So for me, hiking and exercise, I'm slowly getting back into that. I try not to sit still too much, and then I sleep when I have to sleep, and all of those things. Yeah, see, not being not allowed to be near to see the, um, thank you for that, you guys. Thank you. And this is a weird thing. Also, taking a good medicine. Oh, talking is a good medicine. I'm like, I'm not taking medicine. Yeah, talking is good, and uh, and I love to curl up in my bed. I'm like a bed sleeper. I fucking love it. I love my bed before anything happened to Keith. Who are we kidding? So when you realize on it, like all of these people talk about your dead loved ones and what happens, but so many of them perhaps don't have the same experience with it. So Keith has given me this experience also. So like you do the work, you better shut up and put up. And it's very interesting because I'm on the flip side of what I deal with. But I mean, 24 years ago when Jimmy passed, it'll be 24 years on October 9th. And Keith would be 25 on December 18th, and Jimmy would be 53 on December 9th. So there were two little Sages and they both left. These two little Sages. Yeah, and so it's interesting. Potato cakes, that sounds delicious. And then there's food comes in the way. But yeah, so this is the 24th year that Jimmy passed. And what I realize now, and this is a weird thing to say, but due to my mindset at the time, again, it was like my head exploded and I was so fucked up. I had postpartum, I had little baby Keith, baby Jason, postpartum, and then that happened. But what I spent way too much of my time doing at that point in my life was focusing on the death, not the life. And I'm not going to do that with Keith. I will talk about the aspects of it, but I will not do that. Yeah, no, Jimmy, not recently for me. He came through for Deanna, but Jimmy was here for the 2 months. Like I saw him a lot and felt him in my house. I also weirdly felt my best friend from childhood who died on a motorcycle at 18 when a drunk driver turned left into him. This to me is somebody turning left in front of Keith. That's what goes in my head. Off the side street left, and Keith having to move out of his way like that. Very similar on a motorcycle. Keith was a little bit older, but I will not focus on the death, on his death. I will focus on his life and then his transition. I miss him. I'm his mother. So and his brother and his father and all of the people that loved him, his friends. Oh God, if they were trying to warn me, bring it on, bitches. Come on. When people say that shit, I'm ready for it. Our whole family sticks together and we will speak what we know to be true. And none of us are afraid and none of us are backing down. And if we all end up dead, we're going to go there anyway. That's how we look at it. My entire family understood the capacity of what's doing. And if you're telling me that I have to be a pussy ass bitch and shut my mouth because somebody may kill another person in my family, please, I'm not going to shut my mouth, nor am I going to be that kind of a bitch that does. I mean, what kind of coward planet is this? What is this? When people go, oh, I'm scared, I don't want this. Speak up. It's just speak up for whatever you want, right? No, was Jimmy trying to warn you? Oh yeah, that. Sorry, I go on another tangent. Yeah, Jimmy was probably coming to be there to cross Keith over. That's probably what was happening. He was showing up to be here. Thank you for that, you guys. All of the super chats, each and every one of you. I will tell you one thing. It's extremely taxing on a family. I don't know how people do it who work jobs that they're not free to do all the stuff in. Like people that work, I don't know, McDonald's, Walmart, 9-to-5 business jobs, where you can't get the time off and you can't focus and you can't do that, because I literally don't even know where the first month went. I spent the first month just every day, get up at 6, run another errand, do this, print something out, call the police, call the crematorium, call the whoever coroner, call all of these people. And I had no downtime. Like I literally wouldn't get in the house till like 11 at night, sleep for 4 hours, get up and do it again. Yeah, I did scream when I saw him, but so yeah, I know when you run your own business, you have the time, but I'm saying the business of death is very interesting. There's so many taxes, so many fees, so many, all of these things that go on that you have to take care of. What I'm saying is I have complete compassion for people who work jobs 9 to 5 and they can't be on the phone because they're already on the phone. And what is it they do? How do they function? You know, how do you function like that? Yeah, it's interesting. It is expensive. Now, I did it as, sounds terrible. I did it as cheaply as I could. I saved for the things that I thought, which wouldn't be like a coffin. I'm not going to pay like a bunch of money for a coffin to bury somebody in the ground. No, no, no. They're not there. They're really not there. So let's see. Yeah, they did. Did Keith see Jimmy like you did? I don't know. Keith and I didn't talk about it before he passed. The last conversation that I remember that I had with Keithy was he come back from the river, but this is like, well, this is like 2 days before he passed. He put some Windex under my nose and he said, can you smell that? Now, I had gotten sick in that week and I couldn't smell. Jimmy, for whoever just asked who Jimmy was my husband's son and Keith and Jason's brother, and he passed after I gave birth to Keith. So this is 24 years later and Keithy's passed. So Jimmy that's why I was saying that. And thank you for asking, actually. But the last conversation I had was, I don't know what that is. What is that? And he said, it's Windex. And I'm like, what the hell am I sniffing Windex? I can't smell anything. And I remember I ate cake and I was going to Keith, why did I just eat this cake? Like I had a craving for sugar, but I can't taste the cake, which was a weird thing to say, but I couldn't taste the cake. So I was like, I can't taste and I can't smell. And so that was fascinating. Anyway, and then I just watched him walk by and he sat down and I almost told him how beautiful his smile was, but he had these beautiful golden highlights from being at the Kern River with his friends. And I said to him, my God, Keith, you look good. And I love that hair color. It was that beautiful golden color he would get in the sun. Okay, hold on one sec. They're all texting me here. I want to show you this picture of Keith. I don't actually have the picture from that day, but I can show you the hair color because it's my absolute favorite picture of him from 8th grade with that hair color. And his hair had these beautiful, like golden, real blonde highlights. This is one of my favorite pictures. But in 8th grade, look at that blonde hair with the gold. Like that was so pretty. And he was just sitting on the couch and he had this big grin on his face. And I was like, I should have said, Keith, your teeth are so nice, but he wouldn't wear his retainer now. We got into fights over the retainer. I was like, I need the retainer. I need you to wear it. But the hair was just so pretty. I just was like, wow, what a handsome boy. He was just growing into himself. But I just remember that sun-kissed look like he had in 8th grade. Always in the summer, always when they're outside. His hair would go dark in the winter. But when I saw that, that was my favorite thing. It was a real blonde. He was a real blonde, unlike his mother. Anyway, he was a real blonde. I was a dishwater blonde. But yeah, it went so golden. And he sat there and he had this big grin and he was eating cereal. He loved oatmeal and all of those things. And he's just his big long legs and his big body. And he was just sitting there and he was so cute. And anyway, I said, Keithy, I love your hair. And then I did say to him, because Jason came home, I said to Keith, don't be an idiot and get into a bike accident like that one, pointing at his brother. I did say that too. And those were like the last conversations I had with him. And that's what happened. But I definitely I was there that morning. He was out working out already. And then I went to work and that's what happened. But he's taught me so much because somehow somebody sprinkled some numb stuff on me, because you know what I feel like? I feel like when you go to the dentist and they put Novocaine in your teeth and you can't feel shit and you could like slap your face. I feel like that on my whole body. Like I just feel numb. But I also, there's these moments of happiness, these little glimpses where I get to see him. And when I look at him, I'm like, what a great kid. Like he was a good kid and did things good and lived 24 years. What are you going to say about that? I mean, he wasn't in a wheelchair. He wasn't any of those things. He lived. We should all live. I mean, yes, our family will miss that kid. Oh my God. Miss that kid. Just miss that kid beyond. We will miss him for the rest of our lives, I'm sure. However, we all die. So I know this in the back of my head, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But if we all die, we all die, right? So it's that. Yeah, it might be shielding me. I'm completely numb. I'm not numb, like I can I'm like, yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that stuff. But I mean, that kid did everything he wanted to do, and he was building his life to be successful. So I'm not saying he wasn't a pain in the ass either. I'm not delusional. I lived with him. He could be a pain in the ass. But whatever, we're all pains in the ass. So that is the way it is. So at least I had that experience with him. That's it. That's all I can say. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's been there. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I wake up every night looking for him. I wake up every night. Like, I'm just like, where's Keith? But he would have never be in my bed anyway, except when he was little. We had the family bed. I don't know if you all do that. We had the family bed, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? You just go forward. You just do stuff. You're not supposed to think of anything else. Just like, what do you got to do today? What do you got to do then? What I kind of want to do, weirdly, is I am going to open my books back up for reading, because I literally haven't taken new people other than like crystals or whatever, not readings though, for 2 months. I stopped, but I'm going to open my books back up, I guess, for probably October, for October. And then, I don't know who's saying, whatever they're saying, whatever they're saying, I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, people can judge all they want. I don't know, like, until, whatever. Yeah, they can say whatever they want. Nobody can affect me really, because, like, truthfully, once your child has died, you're like, fucking, I don't care. Do whatever you got to do. There's nothing you can do about it. Whatever. There's nothing. Let's see. Wait, somebody say Katrina. Yeah, John's friends, well, they're all older. Some of them have passed away. He's got a couple of close friends, yes. He's got a couple of, I know, the family bed with the babies, right? That was so cute. Yeah, no, I remember that. And my Jason and my Keith, everybody crammed in the bed. Everybody crammed in the bed. Yeah, I don't think people should judge how other people grieve, because God might just slap them and take one of their children so they can learn how they grieve themselves. Just saying. Yeah, when people judge, it's ridiculous, because you don't know how you're going to feel till you feel it. And having done it twice, it's different both times. So with kids, it's different. Literally totally different, okay? So it's been entirely different for me on both ends of the spectrum. Wait, I'll go check the bike out and tell you. I have no idea who this is. Okay, I don't know who this is. Somebody's texting me back on this. Wait. Let me see. No idea who just texted me this. 12 people on this text, and I don't know who. Ah, shit. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just doing, I think this is David here. Okay. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah, I love the block button for trolls. Yeah. I don't know what to say with people. They can think what they want. Like, it doesn't really bother me because you don't have any power over me. There's nothing you can do to me that, yeah, I don't know what you think you're gonna do. Um, but let's see, don't want the time to come for them to be big. Yeah, I know the babies when they're little. I love the family bed. I loved all of that. I remember, I have a really funny Keith story. I remember Keithy when he was little, we were camping in Sequoia and it was like in July and there was an eclipse and Keith had to be 4. So it was like 99 or something. And, yeah, no, I don't know what she's saying. Life coach. I have no idea. If somebody's saying, why can't the psychic read? People judge. They're fucked up. You want to judge me? Go fuck yourself. Come walk in my shoes. It doesn't matter if you judge me. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, no one cares. But anyway, Keithy had to be about 4, and we went to Sequoias. But that morning, I had run up in Towsley Canyon, right? I'd run up in Towsley Canyon, and I had run into my first mountain lion that morning, and it terrified the shit out of me. So I ran home and I go to John, oh my God. You know, of course they think you're making up mountain lion stories, but it was a true story. Anyway, so we drove to, it was Yosemite actually, I think, but Sequoias. We drove there and we got there late and we put the tent up and we cooked something for dinner. And I think Johnny might have emptied the fry pan close to the tent, which is not good because bears be looking for food. Bears are like me. They don't eat coffee, but they like sugar and they're just looking for food, right? So it feels, okay, like because John threw the food out there, this little bear came looking. So middle of the night, well, it's probably like 3 or 4 in the morning and we're all in the tent. Keith is beside me. John's on the outside. Something is like putting the tent in like this. So like our heads are right there. And Keith's like, Mommy, I got to go to the bathroom like this. And John's like, you're not going outside. There was literally a big bear and a little bear sitting on our tent. So it was like their backs were on our tent, shoving it in. Our heads were literally on their butts. So I told Keith to be in his sleeping bag. I'm like, you're not moving. And he started to cry. I said, stop crying. I said, don't make a sound. So we had to wait till these bears, they were there for like an hour on the side of the tent. And I was like, fuck, these bears are there. It was like, oh my God. Anyway, Keithy, when he got out, I just remember him and his little face. I've got a picture of it somewhere. All I could see is this little blue shirt and his little face looking out to see where the bear was and then making a run across. But it was pretty funny. And I said to John, next time, like, you know, you're supposed to put your stuff in the bear containers because these bears, they're hungry. They're like a woman on PMS. They're like, do you have sugar? Do you have anything I can eat? I'll eat bread with jam. I don't care. That's what they're doing. So Keithy had so much fun. And then we went walking and Jason was there and we saw so many bears and I looked behind, I felt the bear behind us and bear butts exactly right on our heads. Literally my head was like this. I was sleeping and the little bear head was like the bear butt. You could see like this on the tent. And I was like, we're going to die. Like John's just like, shut up, shut up. And I'm like, we're going to die. This is going to happen. And because I was thinking how ridiculous that there was only like canvas separating us from this bear, right? But anyhow, we went hiking all through the meadows later on that day. We went all the way hiking through the meadows and everything. And the bears were out. And I looked behind and I was like, I could feel a bear. I went like this. And then I looked at Jason and I said, come here. And he came up there. I said, what you got in your pockets? He pulls out wads of bubble gum. He's got candy. I'm like, throw that shit over there. We had a family of bears following us. They could smell Jason's candy in his pockets. I was like, wow, okay, really? But they really, really could. So that was funny. I have to show, I found the bear picture I found the picture of the camping. I found the picture of the camping, which was really interesting. I'm looking through it. Yeah, no, the bears were looking for honey and they found Jason's bubble gum. I'm like, toss the gum over there. He always had to tell Jason not to fill his pockets full of candy. He had just like filled his pockets full of candy, and it was the funniest thing. This was like, well, this is see Jason still, what's he got in this picture? That kid was hilarious. He's still got candy and he's making faces. They both got blue little lips for candy. That's that camping trip right there. We're all there, and these two. Anyway, they always had candy all over their mouths and candy everywhere, and you know, all of that. Just really, really cute. So cute. And there he was too. See how cute. How cute was that? Anyway, Keithy loved his hiking and he loved his candy. And it was the cutest thing ever. And then here was Keithy and Johnny. So cute. There they are, all hanging out. So we were all camping and walking and doing that. But Jason was like a little bear magnet because why? Because he would just keep putting shit in his pockets. And I was like, Jason, you can't be doing that. It's ridiculous. Kid had bubble gum. I'm surprised he still has, yeah, it's weird. Anyway, yeah, so let me just look. I had another camping picture. There's probably so many, but yeah, I had another camping picture somewhere. Anyway, I found all these camping pictures, and I just remember we were looking for all the bears, and that was really cute. This is a cute one. Well, you can't really see it. It's kind of blurry. Long time ago. There's baby Keith, Jason, Johnny, and me out there. So yeah, we had fun. Yeah, we had fun. It was fun. But Keithy liked the outdoors. Keithy liked to hike. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But anyway, I will say that I know they were adorable. The kids were so cute. When you use the word victim, I think the word is circumstance. Those long legs, even as a baby, I know. He had the longest legs. That's not my side of the family, by the way. It might be, but it isn't. Yeah, I know. You can't. Yeah, you can't. You absolutely can't. You can't bring people back. Yeah, so that's weird. Kids, yeah, they come and they go. It's up to them, right? Or yeah, this is my studio. Oh, trolls are playing the victim. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like a victim. It happens to so many people. When you look at the world as a whole, so many things happen that we as people have to actually understand that we are not the only people this happens to. It's not personal. Shit happens. That goes for murder victims too. I watched this thing about a girl, a 21-year-old girl working in Ohio. Her parents moved to Florida. You know, yeah, John is 74 and he's still 6'1.5". So he's still tall at 74. So for him his shrinking is 6'1.5". So he is tall. Yeah, have your opinion on another channel. I know people are crazy. Doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Yeah, no, we're not alone. That's what I'm saying. I was listening to this story about this young girl that was murdered in Ohio, and it was really interesting because her father and mother kind of described the same things as being like completely numb. But I was listening to the guy that actually committed the murder and was living at a halfway house. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was listening to this murder case and I thought, these people, what the fuck did they do, right? What did they do to deserve this? It's not about deserving, it's circumstances here. And there has to be reasons, or I'm telling myself that, because if there weren't reasons and it's just cockamamie crazy, I don't know what to say. But there has to be things that happen for each of us to experience. And there's all kinds of different things that happen throughout the entire world. So that's an interesting Yeah, it was a true crime thing. It's interesting to listen to the parents of crime victims because they have to go out and they have to keep talking and they need support. And they have to keep doing that. And they go through it and they're not all bad people. I mean, I'm sure some people are bad people and some people are good people and some people are average people and some people are, experienced people. That's very true. That's very true. But it feels like this world has these extreme lessons that happen so that we learn from them, or it breaks us open in a different way. It's kind of like now you see the world differently in an entirely different way. So I can honestly say, like, it doesn't really matter. Um, okay, according to VDan, I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to say. Wait, look at Vanessa Gillis's mom. Yeah, exactly. This year it has. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, it's interesting. Um, because you look at it differently. People whine about a lot of things. I whine about a lot of things. But like if my hair's crooked, if my nails crooked, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. Oh yeah, crazy days and nights, I know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Keith and I both have Saturn in the eighth house. Keith was born during my Saturn return, and his brother died in my Saturn return. Eighth house Saturn is karma through death. So it's karma about death, karma with death. Depending on the sign that it's in, an eighth house Saturn is also people who have relationships with Saturnian type people. But in my case and Keith's case, we both had Saturn in Pisces in the eighth. That's pretty much a spiritual type of thing. Wait, what conditioner do you use? I have no idea. I have a bunch in there that people give me, so I have no idea. Yeah, it is working out. It's working out. North Node in the eighth house. That's another one. That's completions through sex, death, money, and other people's things. Yeah, yes, I have Chiron in the eighth too, and Saturn conjunct Chiron. Coconut oil is really good. I use all kinds of shampoo. You know what I like? Since you asked, Kevin Murphy shampoo. I like Kevin Murphy. It's bloody freaking expensive. But I like Kevin Murphy and I like Matrix and I like Paul Mitchell and I switch every other day. And then I have some that leaves the purple shampoo in your hair, which I haven't used recently, but I have some of that. So I go back and forth. Let's see. I don't even know what you said. Let's see. Is it my only child? I've done so much traveling. Aw, cute. Cute. Yeah, it's great to bond with your kid, definitely. Yeah, I don't know if I was targeted or Keith was targeted. I, again, have to wait to see who the person is. And apparently that person's going to come forward because there's some camera tape. So we're going to find out. I'm not really worried. There's, witness accounts. Somebody was behind Keith. So that is going to tell us what they know. And then after that, he's already dead. There's nothing I can do. I can assure you, if somebody is being nefarious on purpose, there's always check and balance for that. Eighth house is Leo. Yeah, I was just talking about Saturn. Saturn in Pisces, I don't think is a good one, but it's a whole generational thing. Saturn is generational. So good night there. Yeah, Saturn is generational. So everybody's Saturn for a certain group of people, they have similar life lessons, but you grow up generationally like that. So Saturn would be like that. Yeah, Mars in the eighth can cause all kinds of things too. Mars in the eighth. Saturn usually says a long life, but if there's other premitigating circumstances in the chart happening at the time, which there were, Saturn in Pisces in the 10th. Yeah. So you're either very young or very old, like I am. You're either born in the 60s or you are younger. Yeah, Saturn, it's interesting. Saturn in Pisces, not my favorite thing because, of course, Saturn is Capricorn ruled. Pisces is Neptunian ruled. All right. So one is grounded and one isn't. So it's putting the two together, which is interesting. 23, young. Yeah, you would have to be. You'll be Keithy's age with the Saturn and Pisces. So you're going through, your generation's going through it, but there's a little bit of a twist on it because it's not quite like the mid 60s where we went from, oh, you'll be 21 soon. You guys are so young. Listen, you young ladies. Number one, oh my God, I so want to do a series. I've got to get my head around it. I so want to do a series for young women on not to pay attention to these fucking influencers. Don't do this to your lips, okay? August 66, that's what I am. The moon's full at 10:22 tonight in Pisces at 10 degrees and 12 seconds, East Coast. Do not watch the Kardashians and put that shit in your ass and put that shit here and put that shit here. Don't do that. They're tricking you. It's a fucking trick. If you, November 66 is Sag. November, Scorpio or Sag. You have Sag girl there. You don't want to do that because it's, you guys, listen, they fuck with you. They don't give women any peace. Now they're doing it to men. Gotta get the gains, gotta get the gains, gotta take the steroids. It's so bizarre, okay? It's so bizarre. You're not allowed to look beautiful in your own right. You have to alter yourself. It's so fucked up. And keep in mind for all of you, butt implants cause the most infections and don't look right. Those butt injections cause people to die more than anything, okay? Other plastic surgery thing. Those women that are 24, 25, 30, under 40 getting Botox, that's craziness. You don't know what it's going to do to your face. You're fucking under 40. Don't worry about it. Like literally, I'm telling you, look, I'm getting these. I have never put Botox or anything in my face. Now, there are bitch women on here or bitch men, okay? Bitch women or bitch men that will critique the way that I line my lips. So what would you rather have? I fill it full of something or I line my lips. You've got to get comfortable with yourself. Do whatever it is that you have to do for yourself, but do not buy into these people. These people are full of shit. Every time you, yeah, I know, right? Every time you get a breast implants, you've got to replace them in 15 years. So if you're 20, that's 5 surgeries in a lifetime if you live to be 80 or whatever. When you get pregnant, if they don't rupture, are they silicone? Are they this? Are they that? What are they? Yeah, my lips are kind of goofy today. But anyway, shit happens and they make you feel ashamed of being old. They make you feel ashamed for being young. All these young girls feel ashamed, and so many of them are absolutely incredibly beautiful women, and they never fucking know it because society has a mission to make you feel off balance. I am only recognizing in my 50s, looking back at pictures when I was 20, how dare did I ever let anybody tell me or trick me into thinking that I wasn't attractive, because people will use it because our society is geared like that. You young women, somebody turning 21 there and 23, don't fall for it. If a man likes you, he's going to like you. And to be in a marriage, people to be in a marriage, it's not about your looks. For a man to talk to you or a woman to talk to you, if you're a man, it's probably about your looks. Like, you got to be attracted to somebody to begin with. But other than that, if you're going to spend 20, 30 years with somebody, trust me, they're not looking at like whether you have butt implants and that. They're not. That conversation falls by the wayside. Now, to me, the most attractive thing was intellectual. So if somebody is intellectual, yeah, you can, you can do whatever you want to your body. You can do whatever you want. Trying to comment on my highlights that it was gray. You can have whatever you want. If you want gray hair, if you want everything. I don't know about, here's what I will tell you about body fat transfer. I had a friend, she's in her 70s. She's not my friend any longer. Anyway, she was my friend. She had a facelift and she had fat transfer, okay? So she had the facelift, so they pull your skin. This is what I'm looking for one day. Anyway, you know what the problem is? The sun, when you're Irish skin, it creates lines from the sun. Because look, No sun goes here, but then it hits all here. And no matter what, when you're out hiking, the freaking sun is going to hit you. So ladies, sunscreen, eat properly, sleep, drink a shitload of water, and exercise and sweat. Do that, okay? Sweat and exercise, most important. Don't go out and drink and do your drugs and do your cocaine to stay skinny like the models did in the 90s. Those bitches. I'm naturally thin. Shut the fuck up. We've all had our period. You are not. Shut up. Anyway, those women used to bother me because they make you crazy because you're trying to do it. You also have to accept your body. So it was very hard for me to accept that the bottom half of my body is very sturdy and strong, and the top half is spindly and gangly, and that I had a very narrow, like in the waist and like up and shoulders, very fucking narrow, and then kind of a bigger ass and bigger legs. That's a certain type of body. So there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, nothing. My legs are my legs, and there's nothing. You're going to make nachos. I'm with you. Tater tots are in the back of my mind. So there's nothing, okay? Nothing you can do about it. Your body shape. So if you're trying to work at something, yeah, no, I've hated it my whole life. I have just hated my body. But you know what? Point is, it's just a vehicle, and the exercise I love, and some people will make you feel bad, but you ladies have to understand that I'm Irish and Scandinavian too, hence all the red marks on the skin, which I do cover up, and I'm out at the crack of dawn. However, yeah, I know, it's terrible. I'm sorry about the cancer, but glad you beat it. Okay, here's what I was going to say about the fat transfer. My friend, sorry for yawning. All of a sudden, I just yawned. It's not like I didn't nap for 3 hours this afternoon. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, skip the bacon, the onion part, delicious. I haven't had purple onions in a while. I feel like I got to do that. So, anyway, she did a facelift, and she put the fat in her face, which the first time she did the fat transfer, see, here's what I would not do. I would not add volume to something that I just pulled tight, because I just pulled it tight. Why would I add volume? Okay, just saying. Then she went and had more fat transferred into her face. Now, here's the thing that was actually, I've heard this twice. That was my older friend. The fat kind of slipped down out of her face and went down here. So they had to scrape stuff off, but fat, like fat in your body, think about it for a second, migrates, okay? So the more fat you gain, like pregnant or whatever, you may get like fat on your arms, even though they're, skinny, right? So you will see little bumps of fat. So fat absorbs back in and migrates. She had trouble swallowing from the fat. Now, my other client, who was a man who was feminizing himself and in the porn industry, okay, when he put the fat injections for his butt to make it look feminine, I guess, or curvy, right? That fat migrated around the front of his body. So I don't know that fat stays where it's supposed to be. I don't know if it does that. Do you know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't Bruce Jenner. I don't know. If you look, the fat moves elsewhere. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, if you're going to inject, I think early 80s silicone moved through my friend Levi's body because of poison. Oh, I'm sure. Those people were injecting fucking silicone and no nothing, just like... Right, I know. Like, who wants a big ass? I can't fucking understand it. I'm like, that's not my goal. But I'm like a child of the 70s and 80s, right? So I just can't go with the fat ass thing. I'm just like, what is it you people... Yeah, I don't know what you people want, but why a fat ass? I don't get it. I'm like, no. Because it's just... Yeah, it's just, I don't, no, I don't, yeah, I don't drink energy drinks. I drink water and I drink espresso. That is my energy drink. Um, yeah, no, my friend's face, she told me like she was having trouble swallowing because the fat was going down here. It did not stay here. Okay, so she had like kind of the Catwoman look because she put too much fat in after the facelift, which seems stupid to me. Because if facelift is to pull the skin tight, so you don't bulk it out. So why would you bulk it out? That's like making your skin fat like a pregnant belly, and then so cutting the skin on your belly to make it tight, and then stuffing it full of socks to make it loose again. Um, so yeah, you've got no choice with the body. And it's interesting because who cares? At a certain point, it's like, who cares? People either like you or they don't. And people will always critique your looks. They will mock you and make fun of you. These are usually stupid people. They're stupid. They will say all kinds of like weird ass shit to you about your face and your ass, your body, your weight, your fucking color, your hair straight, curly, your eye color. Bullshit. Here's what I say, like, I used to look at people who fucking critiqued me. And I used to tell them, you need to go, yeah, curves are the sexy diaper butts, not so much. I know, what the fuck is that? Baby diaper. I know, it's like Lila with her diaper butt on. No, I'm not allowed to say that about her anymore because she's grown. But I just miss her little diaper, their little diaper butt, her little baby diaper butt. But here's what's interesting, okay? Let's see. Wait. Mars. Don't do any surgery during Mars retrograde, please. If you don't listen to anything else I say, listen to fucking that, okay? Just listen to that, please. Seriously. What I was going to say to you is, though, people will critique you. They will critique you. Sloan, the 70s women are gorgeous, surgery free. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. Men with hips are weird. What the fuck is that, right? Oh, yeah, exactly. I would say, like, if you're doing stuff to your body to make people like you, they're not going to like you. The truth of this world is, and I mean, my son's friends, the women friends, are lovely and beautiful, and people hate that, okay? People hate that. People pick on beautiful women and attractive men. They're more lenient with men, but they hate it. They pick on attractive women. If you're tall, you're picked on. If you're short, you're picked on. If you're beautiful, you're picked on because people are threatened. Okay? Most of the country does not, they don't trust it. Now, the only thing I used to say to people that would critique my appearance is, you better go to the mirror and stand right beside me, and you best be better looking, which you're probably not going to be because you're saying ugly shit out of your mouth. But if you are better looking than me, you can't help that. I can't help that. If she's black and I'm Asian, you can't fucking help it. So why are you saying anything about it? If you're born, my kids look like a combination of mother and father. Should we pick on them for their height? Should we pick on them for their cute noses? What should we pick on them for? The fact that their gene pool worked out for them? No. The only reason you pick on people is if they're being assholes to you, then all game. If they say something shitty and they use something, you can take it and go after them. That's what you can do. Or you can choose to be a better person and not say anything. I haven't mastered that yet. Maybe one day. But you young women and young men, you really don't need to take steroids to make yourself look better. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. All the men taking steroids, I'm so sad. Oh, people, America is full, and probably first world countries are full of people that are jealous and envious and think that they should have what you have and look like you do. People would say to me, oh, it's a compliment if people, if people want to look like you. No, it's not. Stop trying to look like me or look like them. Look like yourself. So I think most of us grow into knowing what's best for us, and I love espresso too. best thing ever. Most of us grow into seeing, you know, what it is that we, you know, what we're comfortable connecting with at a certain point. Like at a certain point, bell bottoms weren't going to work for me, so I wasn't going to wear them. You know, long straggly hair wasn't going to work for me because my face is too long, so I made it short. That's just the way it is for me. Now, a lot of men don't like that. They want women with long hair. But what works for me? So I'm going to do what works for me. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, everybody is so very different. But it's funny because people are trying to look like the Kardashians all in one group. It's like, what is that about? I loved bell bottoms. They just didn't fit my body. I love those shirts with the big puffy sleeves. I can't wear those either. They like eat my body. My body does not look good in that. So as much as I find them attractive on other people, they are not attractive on me. So you have to learn what works for you, and then you have to work with that. I have a Nespresso. I fucking love Nespresso. Would you like an espresso? Exactly. Okay, you guys, I am like super duper tired right now. I'm going to get back to other stuff, the cards, talking about the other stuff. But this was just like a little update, and thank you guys for checking in and coming back. That's right. No matter how beautiful they are, if they open their mouth sometimes, it's like, oh my God, please shut up. I used to think O.J. Simpson was an attractive man until all of that happened. Then I'm like, I can't look at him. It definitely is, right? All right, you guys, I am signing out from Tater Totville over here. And again, that's Arlene's fault. Tater tots. That's right. A delicious food for everybody. Okay, you guys. Bye. I will be back. And thank you all for everything. And all my beautiful stuff that I got in the mail. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for that. And whoever sent this beautiful pink envelope here on the bracelet with Keithy's name on it, tell me. So beautiful, but I don't see a name and I didn't see a card. I could be crazy, but I didn't. Okay, I'm going to Tater Totville town, the fridge. Bye, you guys. Have a good night.